Well, let's focus on the first management that we're getting post-market open. That's NLC India. The stock has been an underperformer this year. Single-digit returns is what you've seen. The company has a big capex that they plan more than 1 lakh crores. And also, we want to get an idea about how business momentum is shaping up. To help us out with that, we're joined by Mr. Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, the Chairman and Managing Director at NLC India. Hi, sir. Good morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Good to see you in, as always. Well, let's talk about the renewable energy part of the business. You know, that's something that we quizzed you the last time around as well. And we will ask you, when exactly should we be seeing that IPO? What's the updated on the renewable energy part of the business? Could you give us some guidance about how that's scaling up? An IPO when last quarter of this fiscal or first quarter of next fiscal?
As you know, as on date, we are operating 1.4 gigawatt of renewable capacity. Around 50 megawatt wind and balance is solar, particularly in the state of Tamil Nadu. We are targeting to take this 1.4 gigawatt to 10 gigawatt by 2030, almost 7-fold increase in the renewable capacity. So in this direction, all the activities are already in progress. We are going with the 300 megawatt project in our Barsingsar project in Rajasthan, and 600 megawatt in Khavda solar park, and 800 megawatt also in Rajasthan. And we entered a JV agreement with Rajasthan government for 2 gigawatt renewable capacity addition. So for reaching to 10 gigawatt capacity, we are already having plans. As you rightly said, we are targeting to monetize our existing renewable assets, 1.4 gigawatt. For that, we formed one renewable 100% owned subsidiary, that is NLC India Renewable Energy Limited. Now we are in the process of transferring the existing assets to NIRL, that is NLC India Renewable Energy Limited. And recently, we achieved a major milestone in that process. We received capital gain exemption from Ministry of Finance, Government of India, which is a major milestone for transfer of the assets. So once the assets are transferred, I think by the third quarter of the next financial year, the actual process of the IPO will come.
All right. So, Mr. Motupalli, you're telling us that now that IPO, renewable energy IPO, should be something that we should look forward to in the second half of next fiscal year. You know, earlier this year was hoping to hear about it in the first half. But now you're saying, give and take everything, you're expanding capacity, and realistically, we should look forward to it only towards the end of FY26. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Motupalli, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. I just want to understand what's happening with respect to lignite mining at NLC itself. I think there were some land acquisition issues. There was some arbitration going on. But is that all of it resolved? And by when can we expect the contribution to start happening?
Madam, the last year, H1, there was a substantial loss of generation on account of lignite non-availability. As you rightly said, there were some issues of land, and there was some diversion of river was pending. So we, in the first half of the last financial year, we completed the diversion of the river, the Parmanar River, as well as substantial portion of lands were taken into possession. So from January 2024, our lignite production is to peak capacity, and we are not losing any generation on account of coal. In fact, in the last financial year, we achieved all-time highest ever coal plus lignite production. So as on date, all our mines are operating at full capacity, and the major land acquisition issues are sorted out. We are having sufficient land to carry out the mining activities going forward.
Fair enough. So can you just give us an update? How much do you think the lignite business can contribute to the overall revenue for this year? What are the projections? And that will bring us to the overall expectations as well. I mean, if you could just then tell us about the regulated equity, the outlook for this year and the next year.
Well, our lignite production last year was around 23 million metric ton. This year we are targeting more than 25 million metric ton. Coming to the contribution, most of our lignite production we use for power generation because it is a pithead stations are available. So our contribution, our whatever revenue comes, that comes from the thermal power generation, not exactly from the lignite production.
So regulated equity, sir, FY 25 and 26, what are the targets?
FY 25-26, I'm talking about 25 million metric ton of lignite.
Got it. Now, sir, what we're referring to is regulated equity. I think as of now, it is approximately 8,000 crores. Is that correct? And I think you have a plan to take it to around 23,000 crores by 2030. So can you tell us if that is on track? I think in the next 1 year or so, from around 8,000, it's expected to go up to around 11,000. Just want to reconfirm about this regulated equity and the way it's going to move up.
Exactly. What you are telling is correct. It is our regulated is around 7,000 odd. And as our Ghatampur thermal power station is COD of unit number 1 is about to happen, and other units also will be completed earliest, then we will be reaching to regulated equity 7,000 crores. And after we add the capacity at Talabira and Neyveli new expansion of 2 into 500 megawatt, finally by 2030 the regulated equity will become 23,000 crores. And by 2030 we are targeting for 10 gigawatt of thermal capacity and 10 gigawatt of renewable capacity. So the regulated equity will be 23,000 crores, and almost that much will be in non-regulated equity also.
All right, we leave it there, sir. Thank you very much for joining us and running us through all of that detail. Good luck to you and your team as you continue to execute.